I want to show you a picture of our workspace. This is the same kind of workspace you worked with your other projects you've been doing with Mrs. Sloan. So over here is where I'm going to put my background, and I'm just going to use the museum shelves because for me, I'm making a museum exhibit. That's easy to do. And I'm going to leave my background, but I'm going to look at my sprites. And I know I need to go add a sprite. And oh, this gives me lots of Abraham Lincoln sprites. So I'm going to pick Abraham Lincoln. And I might decide, well, if I'm going to move Annie over a little bit, and maybe even Moby over a little bit.
I got rid of Moby.
You know, that would be all right too. And so I'm going to make Abraham Lincoln a little bit larger. I'm going to down here to the size. Down right here where it says size, it said 40. Now I'm going to put 80 and make him a little bigger. I'm going over to my coding bars. When the sprite is clicked, he's going to say something. What do you think our sprites are going to say?
Hello.
Well, they might, but what I want them to say is that information that you found out about them. What are you thinking?
You can say 1.2 about a museum.
You could say that, but maybe if yours said, what number president was he? If that was the notes you took, maybe that you're going to say, I'm Abraham Lincoln. I was the 16th president. So in your coding words, you need to say what information you found on your sheet. If your sheet said, when's your birthday? You would say, I was born on February 12th. And what year was he born? Do you remember?
16. I mean, what year?
What year? He was born in 1747. Thank you, my friends. No, I think he was born in 18. Oh, I can't remember. Okay, right now we're just going to put his birth date. And then I need it to be up there for longer than 2 seconds. 5 seconds is a good one, so I'm going to change that. And at the end, what do I want it to do? Play a sound. What kind of sound?
A ding dong.
I think I'll have it do the brain pop pop. So I'm going to go and click on this sprite and see what happens. I'm going to click on him. He says, I was born on February 12th. And he didn't get, the sound on our thing wasn't turned up enough, but it went pop. So now my partner needs to go find a sprite of George Washington and put what date he was born. Take your information, and George and Abraham are going to tell their information, and that's how we compare and contrast them. Any questions? All right, I'll be around to see how you're doing. Yes? There is a Moby, and there's a Moby George Washington too, I think. Yeah, right there is a Moby. No, well, that's a Moby president. There is another Moby George Washington. There's a Moby George Washington. If you wanted to use Moby,
Are you two partners? One computer. One computer.
that's perfect though. That's what you need to know.
One computer, not two, remember?
He's just old. That's all you need to know for that. He was just old, okay? He was old and he died on that date. That's how he died. Okay? Because your person was Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln died in a different way. Do you remember how he died? Yes. So he just died because he was old. But Abraham Lincoln died because he was assassinated. So that's how they're different. They both died, but they died differently. Okay? So you've got the right information now. That's what they're going to say. Good job. Are you guys partners here? Okay, I see you both using them, and I'm confused. How do you know? And what was your question? Okay. When he said, what kind of money is his place? So what if you found a picture of a Sprite? Like this one, a Sprite. See if they have one. I don't know if they'll have one. Oh, come on.
Should've.
He's on the right track.
Wait.
He's got it.
Put it like something like, I want to put Abraham Lincoln instead. Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, my mom wanted us to pick a number.
If I almost spelled
I
Abraham.
know it's 33. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Based on, do these things look at us? Because it's
And I got Carmen keys. She's really close to it. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 100.
Look at it.
I know that.
Then, not right now. It's not turned on.
Wait, they go?
I know we're close to my number was 75.
There we go. Got what
Just make sure you're focusing on the job of the program.
Oh,
Making a museum.
wait, can we pull a trophy on? Is there any trophies?
If that related to your information, you could. Does
No trophies.
it? Okay.
They can't find any, go put the pool.
He found where the $5 bill was, which Abraham Lincoln is on, and a 10. So I'm including those.
Oh yeah, scratches.
We'll have it very fast. Okay, so I'm gonna have you slide over, work over here. All right, guys, how's it going? Oh, you
That's
perfect. Okay, remember, what is it you're gonna have them say? Oh, because yours are how they died. So, did you know when Abraham Lincoln died? Figure it out? You said how he died, but you know the when. Maybe one of them. Yeah, but he has George Washington. We need to find out when. Maybe one of you needs to go back to the video and find that date. Yeah, it'll tell you the date. It's like something, but I don't really remember the date off the top of my head. I bet you does. Let's go look. You and me. We'll look at yours. You guys keep going and doing the coding, and let's see. Our time has gone so quickly today. And we will talk with Mrs. Sloan about what our next step is going to be. But number one, girls, number one, I saw people doing a great job of taking notes. Number two, I saw people doing a great job of cooperating in their coding. And number three, I could tell people were ready to say what was alike and different about George and Abraham. We'll talk to Mrs. Sloan about our next steps, and we are ready to go. Can you please go up and save your project? There's a spot on there to save your project. Save. All right?
Okay, because did you know God is the 16th president?
Oh, you got it.
Perfect.